To meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the Farmers Insurance, Thomas Swenson, right corner. From Greeley Health and Fitness in Greeley, Colorado, please make welcome Eduardo Ruiz. And now, fighting out of the Las Cal Tavern, blue corner. From Cheyenne, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Matt Watts. This 154-pound amateur bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Referee Rob Mullins.
Dynamic Mortgage Concepts at dmcloans.com is happy to bring us this 154-pound fight featuring the fighter in the red gloves, Mr. Eduardo Ruiz. He's a local fighter facing off against the Wyoming guy. That is Mr. Matt Watts. Mr. Watts wearing the blue gloves. Rob Mullins, third in the ring, calls the fighters to the center, and here we go. So Ruiz in the red and Watts in the blue, speaking of the gloves. And Watts being patient early, giving Ruiz a chance to measure the distance, start to get off a little bit. Watts, very crouched stance, looping his punches over the top, throwing from his covered position, and already being warned for dropping his head down too low is Watts. Fast hands throwing in nice combinations being shown by Ruiz early. Corner of Ruiz saying they want him to hit the body and start to wear him out early. And Watts relegated pretty primarily to being a defensive fighter here. Now he tries to press forward. But Watts seemingly using round one as a feeling out round. Ruiz, nice job managing the distance this afternoon. He's in or he's out. He's not hanging out in the danger zone. He's either inside working his hands, making sure something's moving, or he's out of range, not allowing Watts a chance to set up his game plan. There's the 10-second clacker. We're going to get treated to round two.
Get that right. Get the body right. Get the body right. Right body. All right. Okay, he's not doing like they're doing this, okay? Get the 1-2 from them. Get the 1-2. That's the solid. That's what I told you. Get the body right here. Then double down. Get the body. He's doing this. He's waiting for you. All right? I was waiting for you to come in. He's doing this, okay? So double boom, double tap, his body. You understand? Let's say hold out, get the out, and then the out. Keep the out, with the book. That's the contact right here. Alright? Stop bothering me around. Stop bothering me around. As long as you can stop watching first, so you get tired.
Round number two action in this 154-pound fight brought to you by Dynamic Mortgage Concepts. Thanks for sponsoring Mr. Ruiz in the red gloves and Mr. Watts in the blue. And round one, it was pretty much all Ruiz pressuring forward, working his combinations, being in and out with his distancing. Watts primarily relegated to being a defensive fighter, and fast action here for Ruiz to start the second round. Watts kind of gives him a smile like, no, that didn't hurt, but certainly was enough to impress the judges. And Watts looking like he's trying to get his hands moving a little bit more here in the second, but Ruiz definitely pressuring the action more so than he did in the first, and the first round was all his, so.
Let the right hand go, nice and slow, nice and slow. That's it, that's it.
Good right hand to the body by Ruiz, and that's just what his corner was calling for. So they want that right hand to be solid. That's what he did. He sat down on that body punch a little bit. Watts moving his feet better this round, trying to come forward more often, just not getting his punches coming with the footwork yet. And as we talked about in round number 1 with Mr. Ruiz, good distance management. Not hanging out in the danger zone. He's in with his hands moving, trying to affect damage, trying to score, or he's out of range, waiting to set up the next set of punches. And right down the middle, splitting the guard was Ruiz. Watts gives him a smile. 10-second clacker sounded. See if anybody puts together here flurry here to end the second.
Get in there, get in there. Let's get them for that distance. Once you have to, wait for it, right? You're not going to do no body shots on the way shot, right? You can't do body shots on the way shot, right? You're not going to start with a little body shot. You don't know. Right? Make your body shots in there, but you can't do that one post your head. Nice fall. Just put away. You're this far away. Right? That's just a little more. Right? Snap off that you call it.
Former Resurrection Fighting Alliance world champion Matt Manzanares in the corner of Matt Watts this afternoon. And I bet Manzanares was telling Mr. Watts he's just got to be a little busier. He's got to go in there and look to mix it up, and that is exactly how Watts comes out. Ruiz looking to answer. Frenetic pace there by Watts. Let's see if he has anything left. Both these guys look to be in good condition. And Watts, couple of deep breaths, so we're knowing that he put a lot of what he had left in the gas tank in that first part of the round. And Ruiz now looking ready for that pressured attack. Good circular footwork. By far some of the best punches of the fight landing for Watts, but Ruiz, now that he's aware of that really aggressive attack, starting to plan his counters for her well. Referee telling the fighters to fight out. They had their hands free. Nobody was clamping down, so wants them to use those punches to get out of the clinch. Definitely the best round of the fight for Watts, but as he pressures forward, Ruiz now ready for it, waiting, letting Watts stop his combination, and then coming back with a hard 1 or 2 punches. 10-second clacker sounded, and
after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. And Sean in the ring with Eduardo. Take me through that fight, man. Pretty flawless on the spectator's point of view, for sure. Obviously, there was a few times where your opponent was hugging you a little bit more. I could see some frustration in your face. Couldn't really let loose.
Yeah, that's not frustrating. It's not aggressive.
Certainly, man. What's up next for you?
What's that?
What's next for you?
I don't
honestly ain't come back to a trainer. Okay, my next one.
Some people you want to thank before you go?
Coach, everybody
Congratulations on the victory. Give it up once again for your winner, Eduardo Ruiz.